What up, boys? It's your boy Quinn coming at you with an ETC gameplay video. Basically, I'm going to do a rundown for this champion for you guys, so you're aware of what we will be playing against in pro play, as well as what we will be playing with. So you know what our champions do. If you know, if so that you can play this champion in solo queue or maybe in scrims or in practice or whatever, and learn how to. Start with basically. This is a tank that we all should know how to play as well as how to counter. I'm just gonna go right into it. Start with his passive. His Rockstar. It's after ETC uses a basic or heroic ability, he gains 20 armor for 2 seconds, and this effect doesn't stack. So what this means is you want to be using an ability every 2 seconds, not constantly. You don't want to be spamming abilities on this guy. You want to be having armor constantly on him. And you want to be getting the full duration of that. You want to be reducing as much damage as possible. You have a dash and a stun on your Q, which is Power Slide. It's a 12-second cooldown, 60 mana. Slide to a location, does damage, and stuns for 1.25 seconds. It's really strong. It's really, really good. Except there's something you want to know about this is it's technically bad and is most of the time bad to try to hit a long range Q on a target over here, because generally, so this is the blue side and this is the red side. Obviously, if I'm going to be queuing this way to the red side, I'm going to be way more away from my team and into the middle of theirs, which is not good, and that's not something you want, obviously. You're not safe by doing that. So what do we want to do? The right way to queue is either to queue upwards, to queue this way, or back. If anything, that way is okay as well as this way is okay, but we do not want to be going directly into their team. It's really bad play to do that. So what we can do is we can actually try our best to walk up and auto as much as possible, and when we're autoing, we get position and we can queue back out to safety. That's something we want to be doing. We want to be safe. I mean, obviously, like, whatever, but early game, you don't want to be dying. You don't want to be taking any damage. And if we can avoid that while still getting your stun off, it's more than valuable, because usually if we have follow-up, that's enough for a kill. Our W is Face Melt. It's an AoE knockback. This is what it's like at level 1, but we usually will go talents that will push farther. It's generally really good to W and then Q, because it's guaranteed CC for longer than 1.25 seconds. It's like about a grand total of 2 second stun totally, in total. That's really good. Or it's also good to Q into the enemy backline, hold on, wait for a second, and then Q everyone back. And then you're getting your armor for that 2 second value as well. E is our guitar solo. It's 8-second cooldown, 40 mana, and it gives us a heal over time for 4 seconds. And it's pretty good. It's okay. And we have talents that modify it. Our first talent we usually go into is Prog Rock. It's a globe gathering talent, and when we get 20 globes, our E heals everyone around us for 110 health every second while it's active. So it's a grand total of 440 health across the enemy team, or across the allied team. Really, really, really strong. I don't know what else to say other than it's just good value in healing your allies, especially when you're the frontliner. You can stand next to the tank, heal the tank, and heal the melee carry that we have, or whoever. At level 4, I like to go loudspeakers. It increases the range of Face Melt. This is so. I showed you what the smaller one was. This is now what this one is. It's much wider. It's about double the size. It's not double. It's, obviously half, but you know what I'm saying. Half isn't the same as double, right? Am I not? I don't know. I'm boosted on math, but oh well. That's your level 4. At level 7, there's 2 you could potentially pick. People go Pinball Wizard, but dude, it's Echo Pedal all the way in my opinion.
Choose a talent.
It's you do damage around you after you use an ability, 1 right away and 1 2 seconds later, and they do 250% increase to minions and mercenaries. So you can decently take some camps or help out with you can't take a camp, but you can help out with it. And it's pretty good, and you can weave your abilities in and get this damage rolling. At level 10, we have Mosh Pit. Mosh Pit is one of the best ultimates in the entire game. just for the tribute. It's beautiful. That sounds great, and you rock out. It's fucking awesome. It's a 4-second stun. If it gets full duration, it can be interrupted, and is usually what will happen. What Mosh Pit can do is, if we have a cleanse on our team, we can pre-cleanse a Mosh Pit right before it's about to go off, and it will guarantee that the CC that they're trying to interrupt it with will not go off for 1.5 seconds of the duration of the mosh pit, which is fantastic. It obviously is great. We get 1.5 seconds of the stun off at least if they didn't blow all of their stuff to stop the stun at the beginning, just to get it out. I've seen in pro play they will cleanse a Mighty Gust that would be trying to interrupt it, and everyone else on their team got knocked back except for everyone stunned in the mosh pit and the ETC, and still held them there for the rest of the duration. And the enemy team was, or the allied team of the ETC was more than enough time to get back into position and win that team fight based off of a 4-second stun. It's pretty long in a MOBA. It's one of the longest stuns I think there is in any MOBA. That's your level 10. At level 13, I like to go Mic Check. It's one of the best because it combos with Echo Pedal so well. However, there is somewhat of a encore perspective that people have, is where it leaves an amp behind in the spot where you casted it and will recast it again 2 seconds later. I'm not a big fan. All you have to do is hit 2 targets with Mic Check and you get it back. Your cooldown becomes 4 seconds instead of 10 seconds, which basically means it's a 4-second cooldown constantly, which I think is just more than good.
Choose a talent.
Imposing Presence at level 16, it's got to be the best, in my opinion, of the 3 here. You passively slow attackers who attack you, and you can activate it to slow by 50% and movement speed by 20% by all heroes around you for 2.5 seconds. It's pretty good, guys, especially when you queue in and you can Imposing Presence and then W. They're slowed, knocked back, and all displaced, all in different directions. It's madness for them and kind of controlled chaos for you guys. That's why ETC is really strong. At level 20, Torbus is okay if they don't have any interrupts. Otherwise, it's useless because it won't see the duration. But you can power slide through with Mosh Pit, and it refreshes your queue. So you can queue to Mosh Pit, queue again, grab everyone else who wasn't in the Mosh Pit originally that you didn't get, and just profit from that. But if it gets interrupted, you can't use it. Death Metal is if you die, you get Mosh Pit on the ground right where you die. Really good against melee comps. However, very easy to counter if they know you have it. Not the best. Storm Strike, much, much better. It's basically lock it. 20% health to your allies and around you in a circle. It's pretty big. Pretty wide around here. At level 16, I'll show you.
Choose a talent.
And Storm Shield. Sorry, my eyes bother me. And that's our shield that we get in that range. It's pretty good. And then Bolt of the Storm, so you could flash, and then Mosh Pit. And that's the rundown for ETC. Basically, what he does well is body blocks. He can get in front of people, stun people, disrupt, cause chaos, get to the back line, peel for your team. You can do anything like that, and have a game-breaking ultimate that just sounds amazing. Look how long I hold him for. If we had a real team, he's actually dead. And especially if we have, you know, voice comms, we're talking there. I'm doing damage. I can do more CC after the fact. ETC is really strong. Basically just giving you the rundown guide on ETC, boys. I want us to be engaged. I want us to be evolved, and I want us to be aware. I want us to know what's going on and how they can counter us. What's he good against? He's good against AD champions. He has armor. And very hard and very strong, very tanky to deal with a ranged auto attack carry, which we will always have, like Tracer. You don't really want to fuck with an ETC with Tracer. You're not going to do much. Your autos, you know, later on you're going to do more damage, obviously, but they're just not as strong, and your bullets are better spent elsewhere. Kind of not the best against AP carries like Kel'Thas, Chromie, Jaina. A couple spells, you know, weaved in and around. You're going to take some damage from those as long as you don't have healing from a support. But other than that, you have really good healing on your E, and you have massive armor. You have massive auto attack damage reduction. You're extremely strong in that sense. that's basically it. I'm not gonna go too much deeper into ETC, but that's basically what you need to know for now if you wanted to play him and or understand what people might be playing against you. It's your boy Quinn. I'm pretty tired if you can't tell. I'm recording this around 1:14 a.m. I'm pretty hyped. I'm pretty hyped for the future, and I hope this video is the first of many. Let me know if you like it. Follow me on Twitch. We can do this live, and we can have an actual chat. Maybe we can go on Discord and go ahead and do this on Twitch, and we can have a fun little production going. I want to get my YouTube going, so this is what it's all about. Team Blazer represent. We can change the name. I don't give a fuck, but Team Blazer for now. Catch you in the peace out. Maybe later. I don't know. Much love. I'm a dork. Hots, baby. Peace.